Hate is not a word that we use in our preschool class. If I ever heard the word hate, I would correct them and give them a better choice of words. Instead of, I hate broccoli, I would encourage them to say, I don't like broccoli, or I think broccoli is gross. I always try to model the skills I want my students to learn, but I think in this case I need to make an exception. I'm going to do something I don't normally do and use the word hate. I hate that we cannot be together to celebrate the major accomplishment of your child ending the school year. I hate that they did not get to say a proper goodbye to their friends and classmates. And I hate that their school experience had to end so suddenly. I know it was the safe thing to do, to keep kids home, but it hurt me that we couldn't be together every day. Those days we did spend together were filled with so much joy and laughter. They were also filled with tears and challenges. But no matter what happened, we always finished every day strong, reminding ourselves that we are safe, we are smart, we are loved, and that tomorrow is a brand new day. Being a preschooler is really hard work. Many times they are thrown into a classroom away from family for the first time, and they're expected to listen to me? A virtual stranger? No thank you. It is hard to adjust to a new schedule. Having to share toys, develop relationships, express our feelings? And you mean they have to work too? It's not just play? It can be a lot for a young kid. And I'm going to be honest with you. It took a lot of work and a lot of practice. But that's exactly why we come to school, to learn. Some of us struggled learning to keep our hands to ourselves while we were in line and on the carpet. Others had a hard time learning how to write their names correctly. And all of us struggled when we were put in situations with people who were not being kind. While those situations were challenging, we learned and we grew. We practiced sitting with our hands in our lap and at our sides until it became routine. We were reminded that we'd be writing our names every day for the rest of our lives, so it was important how we learned to do it correctly. And we repeated the phrases, I'm sorry, and please don't do it again, until we truly understood what it meant. We knew that we were capable of making the right choices, and so we did. There was no other option. In our school year, I saw so much growth in each and every child. We started the school year with many tears, many kiddos clinging onto their parents, begging them not to go. By the time March came around, most kids came into school 100% on their own, with a big smile on their face, ready to start today. We went out into the world on 3 different field trips and got to ride a school bus for the very first time. Many students mastered identifying and writing their names, counting to 20 or higher, and identifying all 26 letters of the alphabet. Aside from the academic accomplishments, we learned so many life skills this year. Your child practiced learning what it meant to be patient, that we can't always get exactly what we want when we want it. We learned how to look people in the eye when we were talking to them so that they knew that we were listening. And what I think is most important is we learned how to be a good friend. We've practiced observing our emotions so we can notice when a friend looks sad and ask them what's wrong. We've learned that when a friend doesn't have anyone to play with, it's kind to ask them to join us. If there's one thing I know for certain, it's that the success of these preschool graduates would not have happened without your support. In the blink of an eye, you became your child's teacher. And I know for many, that was not an easy task. I appreciate all of you taking the time to check in with me each week, sending me updates on what your child was working on at home and the progress you were making. You remained involved in your child's education, and even at its most frustrating times, you did your best to make it work. And hey, that's pretty much all being a teacher is, doing our best to make it work. I hope you continue to show your child a love of learning and the importance of school. It makes a huge difference. I want to close by thanking the people that brought us here today, our graduates. Friends, thank you for making this year one of the most challenging and fun years of my career. Thank you for never failing to make me laugh and always challenging me to do better. I hope you never lose of your love of learning and are always able to come home saying, today was the best day ever. I will miss doing the goldfish dance with you and watching you play red light, green light in the gym. I will miss reading you books and watching you do puzzles. I will miss so much about our year together. It was so special to me. I am sad not to be joining you in kindergarten next year, but your teachers are getting some pretty awesome kids in their class. I'm excited to hear about all the learning you do in the future. I love you very much, and I am the most proud of you.